Hello, everyone, and welcome to our channel, where we explore the fascinating mysteries of the natural world. In today's video, we are going to take you on an amazing journey through time, as we unveil the secrets of one of the most iconic and impressive creatures that ever lived, the mammoth. The mammoth was a giant elephant-like animal that roamed the earth during the Ice Age, millions of years ago. They were known for their massive size, shaggy fur, and long curved tusks that could grow up to 16 feet long. They lived in social groups and used their trunks to strip vegetation and their tusks for defense and digging. They were also adapted to the cold climate, with thick layers of fat and hair to keep them warm. But what happened to these magnificent beasts? Why did they go extinct? And what can we learn from their remains today? These are some of the questions that we are going to answer in this video, as we explore the scientific discoveries, paleontological findings, and the latest research on the mammoth. So buckle up and get ready for an incredible adventure, as we travel back in time and uncover the mysteries of the mammoth. The mammoth belongs to the order Proboscidea, which includes all animals with a trunk. The earliest proboscideans appeared about 60 million years ago, soon after the extinction of the dinosaurs. They were small and had short trunks and tusks. Over time, they evolved into different branches, such as mastodons, gomphotheres, deinotheres, and elephants. The mammoth is closely related to the elephant, and they share a common ancestor that lived about 6 million years ago in Africa. This ancestor gave rise to two main lineages, the African elephant and the mammutid lineage. The mammutid lineage migrated out of Africa and into Eurasia, where it diversified into several species of mammoths. The most well-known and widespread species of mammoth is the woolly mammoth, which lived from about 400,000 to 4,000 years ago. The woolly mammoth had a thick coat of brown hair, a hump of fat on its back, and long curved tusks that could measure up to 16 feet long. The woolly mammoth was adapted to the cold and dry conditions of the Ice Age, and it ranged across North America, Europe, and Asia. Other species of mammoth include the Columbian mammoth, which lived in North America and had longer legs and a less hairy coat than the woolly mammoth, the steppe mammoth, which was the largest species of mammoth and lived in Eurasia, and the pygmy mammoth, which was a dwarf species that lived on islands off the coast of California. The mammoth was a herbivore that fed on grasses, sedges, shrubs, and trees. It used its trunk to grasp food and bring it to its mouth. It also used its trunk for drinking water, smelling, breathing, communicating, and touching. The trunk was a very sensitive organ that could detect vibrations, temperature, moisture, and texture. The mammoth had 4 large molars in its mouth that were used for grinding food. These molars were replaced several times throughout its life as they wore down from constant use. The last set of molars emerged when the mammoth was about 30 years old and lasted until its death. The mammoth also had 2 long tusks that were modified incisors that grew throughout its life. The tusks were used for defense against predators such as lions, hyenas, wolves, bears, and humans. They were also used for digging snow and ice to reach food or water underneath. The tusks could also serve as a display of dominance or attraction between males or females. The mammoth lived in social groups called herds that consisted of females and their offspring. The herd was led by a dominant female called a matriarch who decided where to go and what to do. The herd communicated with each other using sounds such as trumpets, rumbles, roars, snorts, and squeaks. They also used body language such as ear flapping, tail wagging, head shaking, and trunk touching. The males left the herd when they reached puberty at around 12 years old. They lived alone or in small groups called bachelor groups. They only rejoined the herd during the mating season, which occurred in late autumn or early winter. The males competed for females by fighting with their tusks or pushing with their heads. The female chose the strongest or most attractive male to mate with. The gestation period of the mammoth was about 22 months, which is similar to that of the elephant. The female gave birth to a single calf that weighed about 200 pounds and was about 3 feet tall. The calf was nursed by its mother for up to 3 years and stayed with her until it reached maturity at around 10 years old. The mammoth could live up to 60 years in the wild. The mammoth was one of the most successful and widespread animals of the Ice Age, but it also faced many challenges and threats. The main cause of its extinction was a combination of climate change and human hunting. The climate change that occurred at the end of the Ice Age was not a gradual and smooth process, but rather a series of rapid and dramatic fluctuations in temperature, precipitation, and sea level. These changes altered the environment and the vegetation that the mammoth depended on for food and shelter. The mammoth had to adapt to these changes or migrate to new areas where it could find suitable conditions. The human hunting also played a significant role in the demise of the mammoth. Humans were able to exploit the mammoth's weaknesses, such as its poor eyesight, slow speed, and large size. Humans used weapons such as spears, arrows, and traps to kill or wound the mammoth. They also used fire to scare or drive the mammoth into ambushes or cliffs. Humans hunted the mammoth not only for food, but also for its fur, bones, ivory, and other materials. The combination of climate change and human hunting reduced the population and range of the mammoth until it became isolated and fragmented into small and vulnerable groups. The last populations of mammoth survived on islands such as Wrangel Island in Siberia and St. Paul Island in Alaska until about 4,000 years ago, when they finally went extinct. The mammoth may be gone, but it is not forgotten. Its remains are still preserved in the frozen ground of Siberia and Alaska, where they are sometimes exposed by erosion or melting. These remains include bones, teeth, tusks, hair, skin, organs, and even DNA. They provide valuable information about the anatomy, physiology, genetics, diet, health, and behavior of the mammoth. The mammoth also lives on in the culture and imagination of humans. It is depicted in ancient cave paintings, sculptures, legends, myths, stories, and movies. It is also a symbol of strength, endurance, and mystery. The mammoth also inspires scientific curiosity and innovation. Some scientists are trying to clone the mammoth or create a hybrid with an elephant using genetic engineering. They hope to bring back the mammoth or a similar animal to restore the ecosystem that it was a part of. This is a controversial and challenging project that raises ethical and ecological questions. The mammoth is a remarkable creature that has captivated humans for thousands of years. It is a window into the past and a source of wonder for the present and future. It is a mystery that we are still trying to unveil. Thank you for watching this video about the Mammoth Mysteries Unveiled, a journey through time. We hope you enjoyed it and learned something new. If you did, please give this video a thumbs up and subscribe to our channel for more videos like this one. Also, don't forget to leave a comment below and share your thoughts or questions about the mammoth. We would love to hear from you. Until next time, stay curious and keep exploring.